Ogun State is home to so many local and multinational companies. This is most probably due to its proximity to Lagos State, which provides a ready market for manufactured goods. This can be attributed to the availability of land in Ogun State and the land squeeze in Lagos, which undoubtedly is the business hub of Nigeria. This, coupled with the conducive business atmosphere created by the administration of the Ogun State Governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, made new industries to flourish. According to statistics, there are 178 manufacturing companies registered in Ogun State. This is in addition to over 30 banks, as well as ministries and parastatals domiciled in the state. It is also the state reputed to have the highest number of tertiary institutions in Nigeria, in addition to a good number of public and private primary and post-primary schools. One can easily conclude that Ogun State is a land where opportunities abound for those that seek for it. But in spite of this high number of establishments, the number of employed graduates is not commensurate with the number of industries, organizations, and businesses in the state. When the present administration assumed office, it took up the issue of employment seriously and provided employment to as many as it could. Suffice it to say that these efforts are still in progress and are being complemented by the private sector. Efforts of the Amosun administration towards reducing unemployment in the state since his assumption of office on May 29, 2011 include the recruitment of about 4,000 persons into the state civil service, creating an enabling environment for 1,000 people to receive loans made available by the Bank of Industry, a youth empowerment initiative which entails the training and equipping of young persons in the business of mining through the provision of chipping machines, creating a conducive atmosphere for private industries to establish so as to reduce employment, and opening up the space for small-scale businesses to flourish by offering loans to cooperative societies. The solution to the challenges of unemployment in Nigeria and Ogun State in particular is one that cannot be left to federal and state governments alone. All hands must be on deck, especially since entrepreneurship and self-employment is viewed as the way out for the many young graduates who are yet to be gainfully employed in Nigeria. It is in view of this that the office of the First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Olufunso Amosun, has thought of a way to help in the business of empowering youths in Ogun State, thereby transforming their lives. As a result, a 14-day skills acquisition and training workshop was organized for graduates drawn from the 20 local government areas of the state. The program was tagged Uplifting the Unemployed Graduate. The applications and distribution of forms lasted 7 days and was held at the June 12 Cultural Center in Abeokuta, the state capital. After this, the committee in charge of the training drew up the criteria for the beneficiaries as well as shortlisted successful applicants. Short messages or SMSs were then sent to the shortlisted candidates to come for the training.
We put out the word, we ran an advert that unemployed graduates should come for a skill acquisition workshop, and the turnout has been extremely overwhelming. So behind me you can see the ones that we've been able to accommodate. A lot of them have left because we won't be able to accommodate more than what you have behind me. But behind me we have about 1,000 students who we intend to take through the workshop over the next 2 weeks.
The program, Uplifting the Unemployed Graduate, had over 1,000 participants in attendance. The First Lady, Mrs. Olufunso Amosun, while declaring the workshop open, encouraged the participants to do their best during the course of their training.
I will do everything humanly possible to make sure that knowledge is dispersed to you. But at the end of it all, it's down to you to put the skills acquired to use. Otherwise, it's a wasted effort. So I am going to do my bit the best as I can, with the belief and hope that it will be sowing seeds and sending out fishing nets. What I mean by that is I could have called you all in here today to say, okay, I have 10,000 naira for you all. How far would that get you? How long would that last? So I do not believe in giving fish. I believe in teaching people how to fish.
This is my uncle at the front, not the side. At the front, it's still low cost.
The training sessions were divided into various skills that could be acquired by the participants. There was the barbing skills training section where interested participants learnt barbing.
Don't hold your clippers if you are holding cutlass like this. Do you get? You hold it very soft, feel comfortable. Don't rush, no matter the customer, whether it's commissioner, it's governor, it's anybody. Feel comfortable, relax. Don't look the person's face. Just ask him, sir, what kind of style do you want to barb? Do you get? Either punk or skin or no matter the style.
This training went with practical demonstrations. Students also got to try out their hands on what they had learned. Another class was that of shoemaking. The complexity of this art, which is often taken for granted by shoe users, was something to behold. For easy comprehension and practical demonstrations, cardboard was used for training after the description of the tools of the trade by the visiting lecturer. Since the training lasted 2 weeks, the trainers and the students had a lot to share and learn, and all considered it a worthwhile venture.
The edge here, that wine area, that's where you are going to trace.
Students in the bead making class were broken into two. There was the fabric beading group and the jewelry beading group. Both are detailed skills and creativity is even more emphasized. Students gave their best to the training, considering the quality of beads and beaded fabrics produced. The hat making and decorations class was yet another section, and participants were also seen to be trying their hands on different styles and designs. Most interesting of all, one would say, was the small chops department, since the students could try out the results of their handiwork. It was a fruitful 2 weeks, as many were more informed as to the intricacies involved in the various skills acquisition trainings. A caring mother, the thoughtful First Lady, created a creche section for nursing mothers and those who had toddlers for the period the training lasted.
Solely initiated by the First Lady, because when she came, because she has good intents for all the trainees, there are some nursing mothers and there are some people that have little children that may not be at the stage of a crèche, do you understand? She just wanted them to gain maximally in the ongoing training. Let there be no distractions.
Unknown to the participants, there was an empowerment clause for those who diligently complete the course. The organizer of the program, Mrs. Olufunsho Amosu, decided not to make this obvious. According to her, she wanted to see for herself the desire and commitment of the participants to learning a skill they could survive on.
You notice that we didn't mention in the beginning that there would be any empowerment whatsoever. Because, like I've stated several times here, we want, my desire was to find a group of people who have a burning desire to acquire a skill to be able to be self-sufficient. And I am of the belief that you fall into that category. I didn't want a group of people who would come here to while away my 2 weeks of time and expense and desire just to receive a prize at the end. And this is why no empowerment was mentioned in the beginning. So I say congratulations to you. I say thank you for persevering. I say thank you for doing me proud so far.
The numbers didn't dwindle, but for every session from morning to evening, participants were seen to be learning and practicing one skill or the other.